I'm now going to demo the blind hem and lace foot. First, I'm going to show how to do a blind hem. Then I'm going to show how to add a lace border on fabric. So the important thing to know right out the gate with this foot is that it has this dial. And what that dial does is it moves this guide left and right. So you will need to adjust it according to what your goals are for your project. So now I'm going to put it on the Admire Air 7000. So this is basically a sweatshirt thickness of knit, and I'm going to start by folding it down to where I would want my hem to be. And I could press that if I wanted to. Fold this back to expose a single layer that you'll serge along, trying to just get a little bit of stitching into the rolled edge or the folded edge so that you don't see very much stitching, if at all, on the right side. Now I have this set in the default settings for a 3-thread overlock. And I have set up my guide so that it's in the right position. And then I'm going to start serging here. Put my presser foot down first. So now with the default settings with this fabric, I am getting just a fine end result on the right side. I'm not seeing any stitching at all, even though I'm using white thread. And looking at this stitch on the back side, I could go ahead and change this and to make it a little bit more balanced. It looks like the lower looper is a little too tight and the upper looper is a little loose. So that's something that I could do, but I am getting a fine result on the right side of the fabric. So if I were going to go ahead and change my tensions, then I would go into my 3-thread overlock wide, choose that, and to alter my tension, I would touch over here. This is the thread tension, this is the upper looper, this is the lower looper. So from looking at the stitches, it looked like the lower looper could be looser and the upper looper could be, is that correct? Let's see. Looking at it, yeah, the lower looper could be looser and the upper looper could be tighter. And then I would test those results. But in general, the results were pretty good on the right side. It's just on the back side, you can see that the lower looper, this is the lower loop. The lower looper on this side is perhaps a little tight, upper looper a little bit loose. So we're going to put the wrong side of the lace on the right side of the fabric. And we want the thread to just catch the border of the lace, so I'm going to bring it over a bit, like so. Bring up my foot. And have my foot, using this guide, have that, tighten that up a bit. Have my lace run right along the edge of that guide and my kind of like this. And I'm watching over here to make sure that I'm not biting into too much of the lace. I I basically want to be on that stitch line. So then I end up with something that looks like this, but then we would finger press this and then take it over to the iron to iron that down. So I'm going to do that now. I end up with this nice lace border with a finished edge on the other side. So that's not going to ravel. So that is the blind hem and lace foot.